Hello, everyone. Mine's Wolf here with more. Well, what the F are we reading? More Roman Fox. So, that means if you obviously. Or if you know your history on Romans, then you're going to hate this one. Anyways, time to bring in my guest and other co host, Latvian.
Snake, what the fuck did I just watch?
That was Barry the Child Support.
Oh, it's just.
Yes, there's a full song, mind you. Someone went out of their way to make a 9-minute song of this. And it's funnier. Because he goes, he changes sub lyrics, but he keeps the original lyrics, disappear to the night. He's like, come try and find me, you won't get a sense. Oh boy. So, next up on the list, it is Chapter 4, Reality Ensues. And that is...
Or unreality. Whatever's the opposite of reality.
Yeah. So, really think about this right quick. If reality is supposed to ensue, you have to understand that what reality is he talking about here? What's more, Madhat just can't write an actual story. He doesn't write a story with actual tension. He writes a story, just gives these guys immense BA powers to BS plot. When we get to the end of this story, we're going to read the reviews of it. You're going to see exactly how it was received.
Alright.
Okay. Sound's back in place, so let me get to the outro. So let's... Disclaimer, I don't own any of the characters here that belong to Naruto. I put into the story except for my own OCs. Neither do I own any of the characters in any crossovers I do. I'm using them in as fanfiction, and I have no money, so don't bother suing me. You'll just lose money instead of gaining any. I'm ready to review. Hashtag you suck.
Hashtag you suck.
Oh boy. So let us begin.
Yeah.
Reality ensues. In their quarters in the Roman camp, Kakashi sat with his team. The room is the guest room in the general's house that's been built. What's more, we are going back to the fact that these just aren't Romans. Their names aren't Roman, they're more Anglo-Saxon. Even the names of their ranks aren't Roman. Sorry, CP. The original version. Yeah, there's a rewrite of this, Holy Ninja. Oh, by the way, all their ranks, they're not even remotely Roman. We got sergeants, we have privates, we have generals instead of their actual Roman counterparts.
At least we have centurions.
Yeah, but they're the wrong role. And then their names also. It's like Frank. Wait, hang on. Oh my god, I just remembered. There's an OC. I think there's an OC later on in the story that's named Frank, and he's a Roman supposedly.
Fuck me.
Yeah. So full screening this. Let's go. There are some lights, but it looks like they're still installing them and a water system. Hearing one of the soldiers who were installing the pipe saying it's not like back home with all the lights made him realize that where the Romans came from, electrical light is uncommon.
What?
What?
Electricity exists in Naruto?
Ready for going to the starting range. Unleash and pull your devil trigger and unleash that rage.
Just so
electrical lights. So you guys have everything, but electricity is beyond you. It's how do you not grant a gun? Wow, he gave the Romans a disadvantage. Electricity is beyond them.
the reality does ensue in this chapter. Too bad it's too little, too late.
Or the soldier came from a place that isn't as developed as other places, which is strewn around here as well. What do you kids think of the Romans? Kakashi asked the kids. The boys have already claimed their beds, while Sakura would have a room to herself.
They're trouble.
Sasaki.
I like them.
Naruto said.
They are full of themselves, but I guess that comes from them having a good track record.
Do you have proof of this good track record?
Yeah, Right.
And what do you think of the soldiers? Kakashi asked.
Hmm. They got cool uniforms.
Naruto said.
Well, I always like the imagery of the Roman soldiers with, I don't know, similar style to the, I don't know, medieval knights. Like they're fully armored.
Yeah, I get what you mean. No, for some reason, it's like, oh no, Zabuza can't kill 10 Romans on her own because 10 Romans will beat him, even though ninjas are on a completely different level than Romans, and he has a huge FU sword.
Yeah.
Like, it could crunch. Man. Their armor, their armor looks strong, but tough. What?
And but the
And but
it
tough.
and
Their
was that
butts,
in
their butts are tough.
yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna create a banner right quick.
What? What banner is it now?
You're looking at it.
Tough butts.
Now we just see get the I Am the Storm reference, and we'll now switch it. They be, but they be slower than we are. But they do have numbers on their side. They be like ants. Yes, he has a lot of fanfics under his belt. Why is he still making mistakes like this? It's like, I don't know. Like, how
Yeah,
can you make mistakes like this? It's like you were writing stories all the way back to 2004. Did you never evolve?
yeah. With me, it's quite the opposite. I barely ever think of releasing a chapter, and when I do, I just keep seeing problems. Like, what the fuck I was doing? Why the hell I released an unfinished mess?
It's like there's so many things wrong with this story. But the biggest one we keep finding is the spelling. It's consistently bad. Just go. It doesn't matter how many of them are killed. There are more where they came from. That's a very weird mindset to have. That implies that they're all expendable, which is an awful thing to have for an army policy. To make your soldiers seem expendable is to really show that you don't care for every individual life. That means you encourage the kind of tactics that will kill more your soldiers than you on your side than you will theirs. Sure, we managed to get this hill. Sure, I may have lost 2 million men, but hey, I got this piece of hill.
Okay, where the
It's like, where is it's like, what is it, circle logic?
circle logic?
You know, swarm faction logic.
Ah, swarm faction, not circle. I'm an idiot.
No, Zerg is a swarm faction from StarCraft.
Ah,
Yeah,
I am.
it's like, so you never want to make it okay. Expendable armies. That's a very you don't ever want to install a mentality because that expendable army is not something you want to have as a policy because it like unless it's a bunch of people like a bunch of like say you have a population probably of too many peasants so you give them like the basic of gear then send them out in droves like that's an expendable army cheap and they barely do anything for results but hey, I think they survive. They pay taxes.
Oh, taxes.
It and those strange weapons they carry, those hollow shafts with a spear point connected to the side. I never seen any weapon like that before. Sakura said. Me
Wow.
neither. All the soldiers.
Here's a fun fact: ninjas actually did use real life. Ninjas actually used guns. Well, those musket types, but still.
Also, there's the home front issue. Kill enough Romans, the home front will end the war, like what happened in the Vietnam War. Yeah, that's how we actually lost the Vietnam War. If we didn't lose it on the front line, we lost it on the home. We lost it on the home front because people were realizing really what was the truth. Like truly, the home fronts. It is a very big thing. If like war support is very important. Nobody will support your war if you have a bad track record of killing off more soldiers than necessary. It's like it's called like it's war exhaustion. People are going to be tired of it if you're sending more men than needed to take one objective. They can only be they can only be motivated by it for so long. Hey, Grant.
Oh, wait. What?
It's like they can. Let me explain. I finished Valkyria Chronicles. It's like many wars. There's potentially you could lose them not on the front line, on the home front, and you're forced to commit. And you're forced to stop fighting because people are they're being grounded to a halt. You're sending more bodies than needed.
Right.
Me neither. All these soldiers carry them or what? I think it's a small scale one when they're about. They do carry series sword seals, but I think they're not their main weapons. Those strange shafts are, Kakashi said.
We can take them.
Sasaki said.
But aren't they trying to talk with the Lords first to see if there isn't a peaceful way to expand first?
He used first twice in a sentence. You never want to do that.
What? Twice?
Use first twice in one sentence.
First what?
Too bad we lost the war when we were about to win the war. Worst timing ever. Yeah. Suddenly you may find you're coming closer to victory, and then enough people write that you don't want. Enough people write. It'll take a while. You gotta do some things to keep the machine going. You must find a way to keep the war. You must find a way to not lose so many men. Like, stop losing them, and you'll eventually win. Naruto is right, and we did get paid to escort some soldiers to see the Fire Lord, Sakura said.
Yes, we already have been paid, and it would look bad if we refuse it. The Fire Lord, what is it? Avatar now?
It's supposed to be the fire. It's supposed to be on the daimyo of this land. I mean, daimyo is quite literally lord in Japanese.
Ah.
So it's more like he didn't even bother trying to use the proper one, which is the fire daimyo. Like Fire Lord's just Fire Lord, like the Lord part's just translated.
Want to learn about the Roman Empire will not think of kindly of us if we try to keep him from meeting with them. These Romans are playing smart. Yeah, smart. If they get the lords to agree to join the empire, then there will be that little that we what the hidden village be able to do. Besides rebelling,
Latvian stopped messing up because he isn't good at English. This is him actually reading what's being read on screen. Because it is actually so poorly put together that it's causing him that's causing us confusion in the first place. Like, I've heard him read pretty good, but it's making everything so awful. No offense, Latvian. If I talk to you anyway.
Yeah. Right, where was
His dialogue seems off, and Naruto characters seem to be in character. Then again, no, you're right. Like, Naruto himself is acting out of character. Like, he beats someone's once, instantly gets a liking to them. It's like, and then he's unusually smart. Like Sakura probably be the one to bring up the fact that they're trying to talk with a Fire Lord, or not Naruto of all people. Like, I think with Naruto as a character, he never really bothers himself with the more complicated matters. Whereas he's very straightforward, but when it comes to the more nuance of things and more complicated, it isn't like this.
Oh boy.
So anyways, besides, rebellion would make us a rogue village. If villages that go rogue will have all funding, trade, and missions be cut. We will have to make do with what we can make and supply for ourselves, Kakashi said.
Oh boy. My family store imports most of our goods.
That's not correct, man. That's not correct at all. It's that applies. There's multiple. Families is how it spells here. That's plural. The possessive families is family with then followed up by an apostrophe and an S.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, so you can see where we all so you can all see where we stand.
Yeah, where we all.
Oh my god, look at this. It's the where thing again.
Where? I don't know what's the difference between where and where.
Oh, you mean, okay, hang on, let me explain. You're all aware of the where thing. There are three different wheres. There is where within, there is the first where, which indicates place. Then there's the second where, which is means which is past tense for they were there. And there's where in possessive. The
Yeah.
where.
Now I get it. Where means which location are they in, and where they've been, and where are they?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. Okay. WHERE indicates place. Where's this? Where's that? Where's this? Where's that?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Where
I wanted to.
that is indicates past tense. It's evocation. And then there's we are, or that is just a conjunction of we are.
Yeah.
Do you see if I have to bring out this lesson book for Madhat?
It's just
This is basics level stuff.
what is the correct one?
Oh, in this situation, like what Kakashi just said, it's the first one, the one that indicates place. It's AKA where.
All right. All right.
So,
Okay.
we just be friendly with them then, Naruto said.
Watch your steps around them. We still have no idea how powerful they are.
Seriously, we just be friendly.
Yes.
Integrity.
Our,
You know, we should around the Roman fort on the mainland.
all right. I hope there's engineers.
Sasori and Deidara stood on top of a tall tree that gave them a good view of the massive fort being built. They had heard rumors of a foreign army landing on the shores of waves. Being near, they decided to see if the rumors are true. Well, this is something new, Sasori said.
Around 5,000 or more by my guess.
Deidara said, there's another fort on the island. We should go and see what else there is to these foreigners. Say Rory said, what the? Okay, I need to point out something. If you have to put which character said what in a conversation, then you're not giving them enough personalization so that people should be able to get from the implication of what they said, which character is saying what. This is actually something George R. R. Martin pointed out, that if you have to constantly do this, then you just didn't write them well enough.
All right. Yeah.
The reason I'm bringing this up is because every time a character talks, he has to put which one said what.
Yeah. This is something I try not to do often.
It's like, it's okay to do it every once in a while, but when it comes to this, no.
This is just overkill. Wait, did Sunway Lions had that this much, or is it just it? Is it this? Was it less? Fuck, was it more? Oh god. Whatever. Well, okay, where were we? So,
Yeah, there's another. Yes, we should while we're here. Data agreed with them. Both of them disappears. They used to speed jutsu. Which one? Don't care.
speech.
There are several, but apparently doesn't know that the speed jutsu that he's thinking of is the Shushin.
Good to put the speed.
Speed.
Oh god. I'm definitely gonna need to take some speed.
Ooh, it's a good speed. At the island fort, Governor Crocker.
Crocker.
That name will never stop being hilarious. You know what? I'm gonna make a quote right here. Crocker is just cracker without the A.
Yeah, it's just. It's just Crocker. It just sounds like something you would hear in some kind of 50s B movie. Alien invasion, like one of those. Like, what? Crocker.
How will the Mary Sue, Harry, not Roman? How will the Mare Sue, not Romans, counter this? We don't know. Oh, but they'll use something.
Oh boy.
They walk down the hallway, followed by her guard, to see General Drake. She finds she enjoys being with them, as both of them are around the same age,
What?
at their late 30s. But she
Wait,
kept her.
wait. Crocker's a girl.
Yeah, it's a girl.
Okay, that okay.
That's right. It's right.
I know.
These are not Romans, after all. Why would they
Okay.
put one in the position of power?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Latvian surnames have gender-specific wording. It's just a little bit more confusing with the English ones. But okay.
Some names are some names in English, they are gender neutral, they're pretty neutral. So any one of the two genders can have the same name.
Well, surname.
Oh, no, I mean first name. I mean
right.
okay, if you're referring to surname, then sorry. But she keeps herself fit and is quite the eye catch for her age group. She still has a flaming red hair of her youth and spark.
Well, she's 30, not 60.
Well, yeah.
Doesn't sound very Roman. So, is he non-Roman? Does she have an interesting backstory or personality? Personality.
Yeah,
I'm
it's really not,
assuming
because that would be good writing.
good writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. General Drake, on the other hand, is a grizzly old soldier, but they're both in their late 30s. How does he already look old?
Oh, come on. It's just...
It's like, you'll be surprised how long it takes for the effects of age to actually start setting into people.
Jesus Christ.
Sometimes I'll hit early at our time.
Oh, okay.
Wow, before you actually do Sir Greg.
Yeah, it's just like... Oh, fuck.
Also, Drake. Remember that. Drake.
Yeah. Where's his brother? Where's his bro, Josh?
Who's starting the army as a young teen straight out of school, just like his father before. Hard tough that looks that of a soldier, but there are women who find those things eye-catching, and the fact that this new land to add to the empire, will make him a rich man. Man, that was an awfully written sentence. The orders are to add the different lands to the empire either by peaceful means or by force. But if you had guns, why didn't you conquer what you have back where you came from? Why did you have to steal here? You made it clear that there were other lands out there that the Romans have yet to conquer. Why they would let's put a massive supply effort in going eastwards of here. It's like, if you have all the tech you have now and you wiped the world from the Spartans from this world, you could pretty much take on anything at this point. It's like, what's preventing the Romans from just conquering all the way back westwards? What is stopping them, honestly?
Oh, fuck.
Either by peaceful means or by force. She's for going for more peaceful means, like they did with Waves. The army took down Gattu's operations, taking everything he has, giving some of the loot to the people of Waves, mostly food and other supplies that they're in short supply of. My God. Crocker is having the army help get the village of Waves to get back on its feet, to show the rest of the land that there are benefits for having them around. And if you don't agree with us, we will wipe you from the map.
Perfect.
It's like, disagree on one thing. In that case, say goodbye to your history then. History will not remember you. She let the Ward of Waves keep his rule of the land, but made it clear he has to answer to her now, as she pointed out that he did very little to solve the problem that plagued his land for a very long time, and the people of his lands might want to overthrow him. While looting a village would gain its riches, but it would, but it'd be only for a short-term time. But looting does, you could probably do some raiding every now and again. Saves on the call.
Saves on the call.
Did the Romans conquer the Russians or the Mongolians? Seems to be a better advancement than invading Ninja World. Nope, China's still around. As far as
China.
We don't know much about their world other than that they have an alliance with China.
I don't know.
Oh, we're like a treaty with China, so we're
Eh,
wondering how come they haven't invaded them yet.
did Rome even knew China? Did
I
they ever
mean,
meet?
well, their empire was smaller than Alexander's empire. They probably would have known about them because there was the Silk Road, which was a trade route they used.
Yeah, and
Yeah, saves on the call. Yep. Like invading the land, like you could get to the my land. It's cost effective to just it's cost effective to invade the neighbors closer to you than invade the neighbor that's halfway across the world from you. Like it's just simple logic because it's on logistics plan. It's easier to if you have a shorter route to get to a target, then it's probably the best way to use that way because it saves you a logistical nightmare of having to plan out a longer expedition. Because first you have to send out the initial invading party, then you have to set up the supply convoy route and hope to by God they get there that they actually have everything set up in time.
hmm,
Ugh. While they
okay.
having to rule of a non-unlooted village would earn them money on the long term. Meanwhile, in Total War, or people usually go with loot and occupy, like you can always loot and then claim building for yourself. Like you don't have to loot it and then wait a bit and then take it over. You could just loot it and occupy. Sure, you don't get as much riches, but hey, you still get something. Hashtag loot and occupy.
Okay. Where the hell? Loot and occupy.
Anyone that's played Total War will get that.
Okay. I don't know much about Total War. I
Total
only
War is
I know what it's about. I saw the Angry Joe's video about Rome too.
the Romans in Rome 2 are more like the Romans and the Romans in here.
Yeah. And th- and it and their battles look like a fucking orgy.
China is very well known. It was the reason Christopher Columbus went on his expedition to set up a sea trade route across the ocean rather than going through the Ottoman Empire. Yeah, there's a reason why. They learned that from the old empire, but they did have a fresh batch of slaves now, being made up of God knows men. You should have more than just a fresh batch of slaves. You should have multiple slaves.
Multiple slaves.
Like, mind you, the Roman, as long as war existed, so did slavery.
Look. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Once-
They're being kept a close eye on this by the soldiers that they're made to work in building the forts. And once the second wave come, they can be brought back to the Empire and be sold off, which would go to the bonuses of the soldiers who survive this mission. Loot occupies a terrible total war strategy. True, but looting and occupying. I wouldn't know because I have never played a total war game, but still, loot and occupy. It's like you could do that. Sure, you start off with a way. Sure, the village is the building's damaged, and these people are not going to be happy, but still, loot and problem solved. uh,
Mm.
they learn that from the old. Okay, there are 4 ninjas from a leaf village here. A man said, appearing out of nowhere. He's dressed in furs and wears a. Oh my god. Wears a helmet made out of a stag skull. I heard they could use power called chakra. Is it like your magic? Frank.
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 Don't compare their tricks to my magic.
Do not take me for some conjurer cheap tricks.
Good, right. I swear I heard that one. What was that?
Lord of the Rings. Do not take me for
Oh
some
yes.
conjurer cheap
Oh
tricks.
yes. Oh yes.
Why is slavery a thing in this Roman Empire and when there's clear presence of Christianity? And aren't the Romans progressive enough to have female centurions? Eh. And Christianity's been wiped out. They're completely atheist now. We don't know why they're so slavery.
I don't know. No, there was slavery before Christianity ever existed.
No. I mean, in this Roman Empire, when they would have, when there's no more,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, it makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, like this Roman Empire. Like, yeah, let's be honest, even like we still had like even then we had their Christianity had technical slaves called serfs. Their status had a bit more freedom. Compare to this, the sequel Star Wars had better world building, and they barely
Oh, holy
in a
shit.
sequel Star Wars trilogy barely had a world. Like seriously, this man is called Frank, and that's all. He's a druid.
Oh, he's a druid. That makes more sense now. He's not really Roman.
No, even worse. Frank's not native. Druids were worse like Celtic, and he, and mind you, as long as Britain and France existed, there was always this beef between them. Of course, that could
Oh,
all
oh
be
yeah. It
yeah,
still
like
makes no sense.
yeah. It's like there was like name someone from old tiding in Britannia that was named Frank, because Frank's act would mean it was in of the Franks, the French. Why? Don't compare their church to my magic. Like, okay, here's Roman Empire. Christianity is one of the driving forces to the abolition of slavery of any kind. Also serves more rights than slaves. True. But seriously, he's a druid. You might tell me that they pretty much said no to Christianity but kept druids? He's like, what? Uh, that's like completely contradictory. It's like, you're not allowed to say anything that isn't a proven act. You know, say, unless you can prove it that it's an act of God. And then they will later say, you can't prove anything that's an act of God, therefore you're being very sick. Meanwhile, he still keeps the druids. Druids! The druids. The mystery of the druids.
Oh yes, the druids.
The druids. The druids!
Yeah, let's call them the Druids because calling them Druid is just dishonorable.
Halligan's life was pretty drab, racking up debt with the pizza tab. Then his life got flipped around when they found the bones on the hollowed ground. It's the mystery of the Druids. They all have an attitude. It's the mystery of the Druids.
You know,
All
yeah,
have an attitude.
yeah, I've watched the little gaming's video and I fucking love
Yeah,
it.
it's like, wait, I didn't hear that. These what? I didn't hear that these Romans used druids. Yes, mystery of the druids. Exactly. This fake. This fake. This fake. Oh my god, this fake. This fake. The Romans kick out Christianity, but they allow them to keep the druids. Isn't that like the most? What? How do you? Okay, you can't prove. It's like okay, so if you kick out Christianity, then how do you prove to keep the? Why do you get the druids around? It's like how can you prove the druids had actual magic? It's like if they were super superstitious of anything. And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
so if you had this thing against magic, then why'd you give them? Why'd you let them keep the very thing that is magic based and oriented? Oh my god, this isn't a reality. The dudes are coming. The dudes are scouting. The Scotland Yard are getting in the wary. But Halligan's coming to solve the quarrel. No matter how illegal, corrupt, or immoral, it's the mystery of the Druids. They all have.
Jesus fuck! I better. Jesus Christ! I better watch I rather read a Mystery of the Druids fanfic than this.
Oh my god! You know, I wanted to make a novelization of the mystery of the Druids and keep all the insane parts about it, but have it be based off as normal occurrences. Like include Larry more in the plot and have him question the logic Halligan used to solve this problem.
And Larry floating on his chair.
Uh,
That game
like,
should.
look, the magic they have is mainly healing, creating barriers, or placing curses. Some higher grade druids can use magic elements to could play this case. You know, a Latvian. Oh my god, a Latvian. You should. Oh my god, Latvian. And go to GOG, get Mystery of the Druids, and they will start up a stream series of you playing that.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of these point and click venture games.
Come on, be experienced. We get to experience Mystery of the Druids ourselves.
But most of the magic is just light snow without anything behind it. Oh fuck. Oh,
Well,
look here.
like, look, the the most of the magic is just the light show without anything behind it. Druids are used to security enemy units. It's by making ghosts appear. Wait a minute. How do you? How does this make any sense?
Reality ensues. Fuck.
Why do these Romans use druids? Like, I keep, like, I know I repeat it so many times, but they kicked Christianity to the curb and picked up the druids. I was like, how's that didn't make any sense? Well, there are more of the running around than you druids, so it must be easier to learn, Crocker said.
Easier to learn doesn't mean better.
As you say, since you're here now about teleporting me to where General Drake is, since you're here, like, teleporting.
Wait. Oh
Oh
yeah.
my god, does he have spell slots? And he gets like, no, I can't use teleportating.
There's no need to waste magic like that. Oh, you don't want to show it? Huh? Frank said.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Gosh,
He's
stupid
up,
art just makes no sense.
he's up in the courtyard with the ninjas.
How does this make any sense at all? Like, how? It's like, how does he even get this far? It's like, I have a problem with. Oh. Ninja, how are you holding up about this? It's just like, this makes no sense. The entire thing makes zero sense. Why? Crocker asked.
He wants to see what skills they have.
Frank answers.
Vic answers.
Courtyard. Kakashi found himself standing in the middle of the courtyard to test out his fighting skills. His students were sitting at the sidelines as Drake said that while child's orders are used, he doesn't like to see young children fighting for adults.
Uh, oh, finally someone made that joke. And I just found out there's an actual book. Oh yeah, remember there's one of that line in Wolf of Wall Street, like like the main character just about the other character says he thinks Jichi was created in Israel. What the? Going insane. I'm going bail soon.
Come on, we're not even past the fourth chapter. You haven't even gotten to the stupider parts yet. Because there's this insane line of logic that you gotta stick around to see.
Ugh.
You'll be fighting. Oh my god.
Against Jax?
Jax.
Wait, like Jax from Mortal Kombat?
I was about to make that joke. He's still wounded, so instead he be fighting. He's still wounded from his fight with Zabuza. Wait, when did he fight Zabuza ever? It's like, make up your mind. The title is Jiu-Jitsu, the Hebrew Hands of Fury. Huh. That's an actual book. Oh, that is an actual honest to God book. Oh. Oh. Published in 2008. Oh my god.
2008, of course.
Oh.
All right,
it's a humorous book. It's a humor book. That's
okay,
the title.
It's meant to
combat.
Oh yeah, speaking of Mortal Kombat, the new new movie screenshots are out. So we probably get some real Mortal Kombat film that's R-rated.
Yeah. So anyways, back to this.
Okay.
You'll be fighting against Jax, Drake said, sitting along with some of the officers to see the skills of a ninja in action. Kakashi eyed his opponent foe. He's a large man who's wearing this same armor as every soldier he has seen. He's armed with a spear and a short sword. He also carries a large tower shield that could cover his whole body. Kakashi hasn't fought many people who use shields, as most of the warriors around here with two. What? With two-handed weapons? Okay. The rules are simple. Just stay in the courtyard. If you leave the grounds of the yard, you'll lose the match. You also can't injure its bystanders or use any object outside either. I am ready when you are. Or Kakashi said, as I am.
Oh, come on. Stop.
And I am. I am. I am. I am.
All right.
Just
Begin.
Drake said. Kakashi threw some kunais at Jack. Only for his attacks to be deflected off the shield. Kakashi used Kaggle Jutsu, creating two clones of himself. Jack stood his ground, defending himself with a shield, eyeing the clones. One of the clones started forward, only for it to be impaled by Jack's spear. He opened to the other two Kakashis. Jax acting quickly slams his shield into Kakashi coming out of his side and headbutting his helmet-covered head into the one in front of him. All three clones puff away. Your skill, Kakashi said, having seen the samurais in action before. They were skilled enough to fight against ninjas and hard to fight even for him. Kakashi used a match.
Lose the match? Wait, why?
Because here's why, Drake said. And shocking the ninjas. Wait, why? Sakura asked. Because he's standing on the roof of that building. Drake pointed out Kakashi is indeed standing on the roof of one of the buildings that lie in the yard. He's out of the yard, so he loses.
But
I am the storm that is approaching. You just have to do it.
oof.
But it was just getting good, Naruto said. He broke the rules, Drake said. Oh no, you broke the rules, herder. The only Mortal Kombat movie I will accept is the original MK movie. Such a fun classic. It's the only one.
Well, there's also Mortal Kombat Legends, Scorpion's Revenge. Don't forget that.
Kakashi was about to say something when he sensed danger behind him. He jumped off the roof in time as an explosion ripped the roof off. Stepping out of the smoke is Sasori and Deidara, who have been watching.
Oh, you're Sasori and Deindara. I can't spell these names.
Kakashi said, recognizing the two ninjas.
Yes, we're here for the nine-tailed fox that's inside the blonde kid in the
Wait, what? What? I thought you were here to just observe.
nine-tailed fox. Okay, I know that one.
Yeah, it's like,
Okay.
Get out! What the hell are you doing? Why are you doing this now? You're supposed to do it later.
Jesus Christ.
Like, hey, I have an idea. We have this foreign army who we don't know the capabilities of. Let's just freaking blow it up. What Sasuke and Sakura says they steered their teammate. We were just looking around to get our information on this foreign army, but since we found out one of our targets here, we decided to just take them while we're here. Deidara said, "You and what army, Naruto?"
Oh, that line. Seriously, I've heard it so many times.
It's "you and what army" is a very common line. And then you just watch as they unveil an army of their own.
Even Transformers Orphlice has that line.
Since you ask, Sasori added as he summons his puppets in the likeness of himself. Dozens of his puppets now fill the yard. Kids, get out of here. I hold them off. He knows he's no match until he can hold them back long enough for the kids to escape. Hold it right there, Drake said, holding one of these small, tube-like weapons in his hands. Around him, alerted by the bomb blaster, dozens of soldiers all carried those strange weapons. You think you and your army could beat us, Sasori chuckles. We're going to take on a hidden village. Just the two of us, Deidara adds. Really?
Oh, okay.
Deidara asks, in surprise, he looks towards Kakashi. They're S-rig ninjas. You're no match for them. Kakashi said, walking back to keep his eye on the two ninjas from them until he's side by side with Drake. This isn't none of my bossiness.
Bossiness?
You two made it when you bombed on one of my buildings, Drake said. You have no idea who you're dealing with, Deidara smirks. Either do you. Drake said, firing his handgun into Deidara's face. Because, the reaction speed of ninja. Do not mention Transformers Earth Rises. A stupid and boring show. You won't mention it again.
Oh,
I have
oh,
yet.
oh yeah, oh, yeah, agreed. It's a that's this you. It's a it and Siege is a fucking disappointment. Such a missed opportunity. But either way, let's focus on this on this
I think it's
garbage.
yes. Like look. It's like, you know, mind you, ninjas have very high. Ninjas and Naruto are very fast on reaction times. It's like I pull guns faster. Drake Data's body jerk is all 6 bullets slammed next to his head. Wait, 6 bullets? When did he fire 6 bullets?
6 bullets. Oh,
Yeah,
it's a revolver.
so he fired his revolver super fast.
What? He's now a cowboy now.
And aren't revolvers not the fastest of guns when it comes to firing? Like
What?
you fired, you have to cock the hammer back, like, and then keep firing.
I don't know.
It's like Sasori face was in his body falling backwards.
Failing.
Sasori face was in shock seeing his partner killed so easily. The orders around Drake all fired at Sasori and his puppets. Those orders carried a new mobile Gatling guns.
Gatling guns. Oh, like Heavy from Team Fortress 2.
This thing cost $2 million to fire just for 2 seconds.
Oh. Okay.
But
Okay.
look, new mobile Gatling guns, and you need to sling over the soldier for a care soldier to fight. What? They know how to use mobile Gatling guns? It's like, oh my god. Why? 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 Okay. Okay. Do and you want to know how big it is? Like this is what he's saying. This is what he's saying that they're holding.
What? We're holding a mini gun. When the fuck there's MP5?
An MP5. No. Like, look, this. Here you go. It was already small enough. So imagine having to carry this. This is what we're talking about. You have to carry.
No, oh, come on. Heavy carries it all the time.
Yeah, but you know how heavy he is? He's
Yeah,
heavy. Like,
yeah, I know.
like, heavy is a big guy, and he's the slow. And he's slow because he has to carry the big FU gun.
Oh boy. Like, wait, who's carrying the Gatling guns?
I don't know.
Those Roman soldiers?
Yeah, the Romans are carrying the Romans are carrying the Gatling guns.
Okay.
Are sold to carry easily. Off the other. So the Romans have power armor now? Might as well.
Power armors for pussies.
As you all know, in the story he said, because they have more food to go around, Romans are now, the average Roman is now healthier, bigger, taller, stronger, and this whatnot. And I keep making the jokes of this. Totally Civil War technology. Yeah. Remember when Abe Lincoln just went onto the battlefield to fight Jefferson Davis, and he had his giant mecha with him, and they both fought for liberty. It's like, we all remember that.
Oh boy, wish that actually happened.
It would have been awesome.
Also, cool, almost as cool as Abraham Lincoln being a vampire hunter. Okay, how much?
And that's it all. Sasori and his puppets broke apart as the storm of bullets destroyed them, having never been made to withstand the force of heavy firepower from guns. Depends upon the gun.
They're magic puppets.
That's
Why?
It's like that's at all. You mean to tell me that their reaction speeds were slow, that they couldn't automatically see? Okay. The living part of Sansary's body was also struck by the bolts, killing him. All that were left were piles of broken parts. S rank ninjas? Drake asked a shocked Kakashi, who's staring at the slaughter in disbelief, as were his three students. Yes, they were, Kakashi said, seeing the strange weapons that the Romans carry are capable of doing. Well, I don't see any problems with dealing with ninjas then.
Okay.
Robots do have indoor plumbing and electrical lights, but only in some areas. As in the early days of the Industrial Revolution, only major cities and towns have powers, while indoor plumbing is commonplace thing. Slavery in the New Roman Empire is much the same as the old system. There are ways to becoming a slave. One is by committing a crime. Another is a way to pay off your debt if you can't pay it. Others, when an uprising or new land takes place and is put down. What the fuck? The news of many people are sold as slaves, others being born as a slave. The slave system in Rome was harsh, but nothing compared to what came later. As the old system of slavery only had two major slave revolts, what came later in the old world had a baker's dozen. Slavery is a normal thing in Rome as their values completely different from modern ones. Okay. The laws that came into being during the old empire, like in real life, in general were treated better during the empire during the republic. The laws of inhumane treatment of slaves and later in the empire, slaves were even allowed to take their masters to court.
The fuck?
What? What?
Slaves could take their masters to court.
It
It's
means
like taking a prisoner to court.
Stockholm syndrome.
What? That's not Stockholm syndrome.
No,
Wait.
Stockholm syndrome is when you fall in love. Stockholm syndrome is something that's developed in times of captivity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when you become attracted to your captors or become relied upon them, and in some cases the captors were relied upon their captives.
Holy shit.
Slaves were not necessarily condemned to lifelong service. They could be emancipated. Manumission could occur in several ways. They could buy their freedom from our owner. The owner could release a slave from service upon the master's death. Or the owner could choose to willingly free the slave while he was still alive. Perhaps as a reward for good service. Former slaves are freemen. Those who are made into slaves for crimes usually don't get their freedom.
Freeman.
The Romans have magic users, but they are rare as it takes even longer for magic users to learn to be able to use their magic than being able to use chakra. And Romans have proved that even magic users can't stay up to their might. Magic users use chakra but in a completely different way than the Jitsu users.
Jutsu.
Grant, we're still in the fourth chapter. We're just finishing up. We're reading his author's notes, and my God, it's
Back to the right.
magic. Okay, the more magic drains the user of their energy, which is the same as jutsu. The more they use it, the longer it takes for them to recover. The same as jutsu. The druids can use attack spells from fireballs to lightning. I failed to see how this is different from jutsus. They can also create golems to fight for them. We just got to the end. Holy Ninja, read. While we're still on this, I want you to look at number 2. Like, read number 2 right quick. It's full screen, and the font size is big enough that you should be able to read it. Like, look at number 2 and tell me what you see. Because this is how the Rome knew how Madhat's Romans handle slavery.
Okay. Wait.
Yeah, magic users use they call street golems. A fight for them, but only high-level druids are able to do the same. Yeah. Druids in the army are usually held back to be used to treat the wounded or to scare enemies into giving up. Medical jutsus, and genjutsus. Magic isn't used because of one important fact. Besides learning to use magic, a user must follow very precise instructions and use just the right ingredients. Casting a spell is like pulling a trigger, and we're like baking a cake.
Alright. How many jutsus are there?
Yes. Magic is like Doctor Who's finding those Carrionites who can bend the world around them as long as they know the right words to do so. It's like finding someone who can use magic is rare. Since in the New Roman Empire, there's little that machines can't do that only magic can.
Okay, he's bringing up Doctor Who.
When I think about it, not many weapons used fighting styles in Japan use. Not many weapons using fighting styles in Japan use shields to begin with. The armors that I have seen don't include a shield. They do have shield. They're called the tates.
No, I never have seen a shield in Japan.
No, shields were used. It's just
Okay, okay.
like you don't want to be killed in an instant. They had these shields called tates, I think they were called.
mm, okay. Oh God, they have five. These Arthur notes are so.
Yeah, this. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, shields were used.
Oh
Like
yeah,
it's not that hard. Just literally type in Japanese. Like it's a misunderstanding that they don't use it a whole lot. But
yeah.
it's like when it comes to Coast Guard situation, obviously you'd want to use a shield. Like here, yeah. Okay, and here's okay. During the war with the Amishi people, well, Japan stopped using shields as common because the Amishi were horsemen, and so they countered them with horse archers. And so yes, they did use shields. Like it was not uncommon for them to not use shields. Yeah, shields was good. That being said, it would have been abolished by the time of the story. Yep,
Ah, so it was possible for the slaves to go to the.
to romance their masters.
Okay, but
We did have we did have masters taking slaves for sexual purposes. I mean, that's the thing.
yeah, I know. Uh,
Sasori and Datara, like many anime and manga villages, are proud of their fighting skills. Thinking that because of that, they could take on anyone, which left them totally exposed when they stepped into a fight with the Roman when they had no idea the weapons that they use or how powerful they are. In my effect, ninjas can move at super speed, unless they use a speed jutsu, they will still be hit by a bullet. Oh, because natural speed and being fast, being through training, it means nothing. You need to use a specific jutsu to be faster.
yeah.
And all members of the Ikatsuki can be killed by gunfire. Some will just take a bit longer to kill than others. Okay, so forgetting the fact that one member has several hearts, one is practically immortal as long as he's killing. Um, Renegon can wipe out your army in an instant, and as well as several other things. I think you're forgetting about. This isn't reality ensuing. This is his twisted form of it taking place, taking shape in this form.
Oh, clean up.
The elite ninjas stood by as they watched Roman soldiers gather at the bodies of the two list ranked ninjas. The Romans seemed to be very interested in the public bodies of Sasori puppets. They were all in a state of shock for Shaksuke and Sakura and learned that the demon fox is sealed inside of Naruto, but all of them were in shock seeing weapons that are powerful enough to kill even the strongest ninja. They were far.
So, okay, really. Do I still read the dialogue?
I keep forgetting you keep forgetting you to do something, so go ahead.
Okay. So these are the two who killed those soldiers.
A voice said, getting the ninja's attention. Turning, they saw a man with a bald head and a trimmed beard.
Wait, he sounds familiar. I don't know. I don't know. They killed some soldiers?
Yeah, I knew that part. I knew that yeah, slaves they did earn their freedoms at times.
Yeah, in gladiator fights.
Gladiators
But,
is one way, you know.
oh, yes.
Like you like gladiators is one way. Maybe your master was kind enough to you and thinks, you did well for me. I'll let you go. I was like, it was a thing.
Okay.
Yes, we
Uh,
found like
yes, we found a group of 8 soldiers dead. They were training in melee weaponry when one of them spotted those two. They tried to catch them, but they got all killed. Then I'm guessing they spotted the kid with the demon sealed inside of him, thinking we're all that easy to fight. Decide to take him by force.
a soldier said. Now I don't even see why they had to announce themselves like that. They're ninjas and they're pretty good to see. Why didn't they just bomb everything immediately? Why
So
did Sasori start immediately killing others? It's like You never want to give away the element of surprise. It's a very important thing. If you catch the enemy by surprise, take advantage of it. Because if you catch, nothing is more embarrassing to me caught with your pants down. So if you get caught with your pants down and you're not seeing it coming, they'll have ample opportunity to wipe the floor with you.
So,
But no, they couldn't catch the Romans off guard. They were too on guard.
yeah.
So that's why they thought they could take you Romans. Kakashi said, having been wondering why two West rank ninjas, even if they spotted an important target, would just show themselves like that. Really? Like, even if they knew they could take them on easily, they would wait a while and still do stealth and then just go crazy. In fact, why would Data even be on the ground in the first place? His thing is in the sky. Okay, so if you see Sansu gets gunned down, he just bomb everything he just bombs it all. But since they killed a group of soldiers for a hand who only use melee weapons, they thought the rest would be the same.
Okay, wait. Okay, let me. Sorry about those soldiers.
Naruto said, wondering how his two teammates think of them now.
They fought well, but aren't trained to fight like Jax is. After all, I trained him myself.
The soldier said, you fought ninjas before? It's like, you gotta explain how. Oh, no! No, 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 no,
The,
no, no.
what?
You're kidding me, no.
Wait, it's Kratos? God of
Kratos.
War! Kratos! Boy! I love it. I fucking love this. They finally have something close to Latin words. And it's a Greek one.
Kratos. Honest to God, Kratos.
Kratos.
Ugh.
Okay, this sandwich. Okay, this fanfic just got awesome.
I hated him. I hate even more. I hated even more if they included Kratos. Screw you.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
Kratos.
Okay. Question: who's gonna? Um,
You
I
know,
don't know. Okay, who can do better Kratos expression? Okay, you try it.
Kratos, the traitor in belly fight. I'm Kratos. I'm angry, boy.
Okay, that's from God of War 4, the bastard sequel.
I didn't really care about the God of War game, so I never bothered.
Yeah, okay, I care a little bit more, so I'm gonna say, okay. Okay, you trained him? Kakashi asked. I'm Kratos, the trainer of melee fights. It's a dying art from since guns been introduced to the battlefield. I trained my body and mind for years, becoming one of the best melee fighters in the Empire, winning fights during games. I'm done playing games. Taking on the best across the Empire, but it's a hollow victory. For my skills to come in handy during a close combat, but as you saw for yourself, how pointless that it is in the end. All the training and hard-won battles those two ninjas must have gone through became useless. It's a mockery that recruit on their first day of training. If I give a gun, can kill a kill a master weapons master.
But that's how the Empire works, Kratos said.
Oh yeah, that's how. God, he's using that meme before that meme was ever created.
That's how Mafia works. Never mind. Never mind the fact of anything. It's like, oh wow, so in a world where it's a dying art to even remotely use melee, you mean to tell me that all of them were like, oh no, you can still train in melee, it's still important.
Yeah, we're not gonna send you to a firing squad if you use weapons in battlefield in battle. Oh, uh, wait.
Really? Kakashi asked.
Fighting skill against weapons can kill you miles away. made our kind of skills all but useless. During the last of a warring day, during the taking of the Northlands, I just know, oh, home of a race of warriors called Vikings. Okay, this was made before God of War for the where he travels to.
Midgard.
Yeah, it, Jesus Christ, he fucking predicted it. Not really. He didn't completely predict it, but he almost predicted it. They were the last hold on it using melee weapons. Oh god, talking long is gonna kill my throat. And
Ugh.
it was during the rebirth of the Empire. What? Is something wrong?
It's like this entire thing. It's like, we took over all of it. Because guns is superior. No, it's like, I'm pretty sure there's some cases to be made, actually. When it came to rockets, they discovered that rocket fuel could be affected by the climate they were in. So they had to, like, adjust. It's like that, and if you're not careful, your gun can freeze over, depending on how cold the temperatures were. So maintaining everything was important. So it's like,
Okay.
so I'm presuming he fell for the misconception that the Viking, like the home of the land of the Vikings, starts a frozen hellhole. I think they had a better idea of using melee weapons.
All
It's,
the other tribes had already fallen but them. The only reason we even bothered with them is the fact that they raided Roman villagers close to the sea. Okay. The Romans of that time fought a long and hard war with them, mostly because of the brutal weather and the hardened land. Yeah.
so how did you manage to? Oh my god!
They're better warriors than they were, but the Romans of the time had the guns. Yes, the guns.
It's, behold, I has gun. This wins war.
This wins war. Well, it kinda does.
Now it does. Back then, not so much.
Yeah, tell
Like it depends upon the gun. Depends upon the gun. Depends on the gun that was used.
tell that to the last samurai who fought the Imperial Japanese army. Oh wait, they also used guns.
Yeah,
Not as
yeah. Like we did. Like they weren't like they weren't that rigid. They were like they did adapt. That
yeah.
also
Japanese
like
love their guns.
it's like then the question then becomes how come no other army adapted to this new factor in warfare? How come they didn't think let us develop our own guns, or better, let's find out ways to get to make their gun to get them even with their guns because they clearly must have disadvantages. Like a gun's not at the end all to be all. As long as there's been, as long as man had made stone a weapon, someone else had the brighter idea to put a stone through wood and call it an axe, and then someone thought this. Like I said, as long as we've thought of ways of killing each other, someone saw a way to kill the other person better than they could kill you.
Hmm.
It's like that. What the hell's going on? Well, stick around to find out. It's like that the entire world was taking a storm because we had the guns, and it's like you may tell me they didn't think why not we make our own guns and solve this situation, or better yet, let us adapt our tactics around the fact they have guns. No, let's just use the tried and true methods of winning when guns weren't a factor. It's like ancient military tactics was all about like military above all else, always adapt your plan around variables that are introduced that you didn't think they would have. Like, yes, you may have gone gun, but let's find a way to make sure that you couldn't. Well, let's make sure that you lose more even with the gun. Like in this scenario, in this story, the gun's the end all, the be all. When in the real world, it wasn't for quite a while. It took quite a while until it eventually became commonplace to be as part of the military as it is. But even then, it's still like you have to brace it around the fact that yes, you have a gun, but it's all about how you apply it. It's not just simple or straightforward. Just go straight up to them and fire. Fire. There's a reason why line infantry was the formate. Why the line formation was developed. You know, it's like, Anyways, let's see here. They're better.
Yeah.
Okay, the last Jeep. There you go.
Slaughter his body, blowing everything. Wait. Reasonably part of the mostly because of the brutal their better wars they were more but the Romans had last chief of the Vikings wrote that during the fall of the his fortress seeing the Romans gun slaughtering his warriors, blowing everything away, no for they can't be opposed and amid his brutal force, stripping your honor and pride in an instant. This is sneer of the Valkyries. After the war, everyone knew the time of the armies fighting face to face was over. Everyone had to change their fighting style in warfare, and
You're gonna
that's
tell
what
me
the
they had it already by the time? Like
uh,
by the time that you would think about invading, they cash out pretty quickly that you have a new factor to add into play. Okay, let's find our way around that. Like they're not stupid. Like no, like anyone that knows a bit about military strategy is not stupid to think that every point that just because it works we should never change because they realize like people are smart. Or, and they realize that when a new factor is introduced, it's best they change up how they fight in order to counter it. Oh, you use cavalry. Well, let's develop long shafts and then sticks of metal on your head to then stab you before you can get even close. And that's all. Let's dig a trench and then fill it with and then put spikes in front of it to make it almost make jumping a nightmare. Let's do everything we can to make your new let's do everything we can to make your new factor in warfare as less effective as possible. Oh, let's hide in the bushes and ambush you when you aren't expecting it. Let's do everything we can to make your life a living nightmare because you have it. Don't.
yeah, yeah.
And that was over 200 years ago. Our weapons are now much more powerful than the guns they had back then, Kratos said. How powerful? Sakura asked.
Okay, wait. Yeah, fuck it, whatever. Ignore it.
We used to have.
Wait. We used to wait.
What weapon types of the race Romans has? According to this guy, they have quote unquote Civil War technology, but they also have cannons that could shoot from miles away. They also have mobile Gatling. They also have Gatling guns that can be carried by hand, as well as repeating rifles, as well as guns.
All right.
Like there's your answer.
We use dragons. We use We used to have dragons ranging from the size of horses to those of the whales, which swallow groups of people. Dragons? There's dragons now?
Okay, if you had dragons, they would have wiped you. Depending, like, depending on the dragons, like, could they fly? If so, they would choose the advantage of flying, and then breathe fire wherever else they could to wipe your army out. Because I don't know about you, but you're gonna need to aim a lot. But you're gonna need to aim up. So unless you develop ballistae for that, you're gonna need to call a doctor.
But for the horse
By the way,
size
notice how you
ones.
didn't say used. No, how to say used to? It's a used to.
Used to.
Yeah.
All but for the horse.
Yes, American Civil War.
Of course the American one. What the Spanish one?
I don't know. It's like I don't know which one, but since it says Civil War, I immediately think American because that's
Yeah, it's the most logical one. All but all but for the horse size ones which have been tamed as mounts. All of the dragons are gone. What the fuck?
you hunted all of them.
You killed all of them. Good.
How?
How the hell you kill someone that's...
Well, my daily call of stupid fanfic is done. Have a nice day. No, don't go.
Oh, come on. We're barely halfway done. Oh,
Oh my god, this is awful.
okay.
Especially the big Killing a dragon is hard even using a summon, and especially the big ones, which can reach the size of the biggest summons, which made him realize that they have guns, weapons that can kill dragons, and how would a summon stand up against them?
Oh
That
boy,
raises the question: what guns were they using at the time that allowed them to kill dragons? If it was a standard flip, it was your stand. And let's get it. How the f did you manage to actually hit it with that thing? It's like, yeah, it's a big target, but you want to know what else is? Else it
of
is?
course,
It's also flying in the air.
of course, they used a shotgun because shotguns are basically sniper rifles. Of course.
That's what we're talking about. They 360 no scope the dragons out of the sky. That makes sense.
Well, since I'm a dragon, I'm offended by the scene.
Yep. Or
Yeah.
they're hiding, but there haven't been any sign of a big dragon for more than 200 years.
Is this something what Kratos would say? Yup.
Nope, not at all. So if this is the god of war Kratos, he would be like,
He would basically kill every fucking characters in Naruto because he killed basically every fucking god in Greek mythology.
I already hate him. I already hate Kratos, but even I'm more with.
He's
I
okay.
straight up admitted to this. I'm not afraid to say this. Kratos is a bad self-fulfillment wish fulfill self is a horrible wish fulfillment self-insert OC character.
I don't know. He's meant to be. This is Greek mythology. These characters are common as all hell.
True, but they have butts. His circumstances are all his fault. It's like literally everything that happens is all his fault. Oh, this isn't some. This isn't like Heracles' stories. It isn't like 800 stories where their bad circumstances are brought upon them because of something that's outside of their control. Kratos signed a freaking pact with Ares, and he got the price he deserved to pay. Hey, so he doesn't get to go around saying, "Oh, woe is me! Ares made me kill my family." Well, you signed a contract with Ares. What were you expecting?
though it though the other gods were also dicks. So
True, but even in God of War are even more assholes. But it's like, and mind you, it's like, oh yeah, Kratos is also the son of Zeus. I was here and I killed him yet.
oh great, we're talking about fucking is Kratos. We rather be talking about God of War than this fucking garbage again. Like we're going off track. I don't blame you. This is just fucking boring. This is no excitement.
It's like, how? Just, oh.
It's just, is this the Naruto fanfiction? Why is there some like knockoff Kratos here?
Kakashi, does Naruto really have the demon fox seal inside of him? Sakura asks.
I could ask. Yes, I do.
Naruto said, a demon, you say? And your voice ask. Turning to Leaf Nin saw Frank and Crocker.
Nins. Oh, they said nins.
Well,
You don't.
wait, what did he do with the Roman gods? No. The Roman gods are pretty much just the same as the Greek gods. The Romans just copy pasted the Roman gods. But no, essentially he killed every last one of them, including the Titans.
The ones that were trying to help him.
Well, it's his fault for trusting them in the first place. Like, they're the Titans. What do you expect? You never trust the Titans. Like, the gods are more reliable than the Titans. Yeah, they're more powerful than the Titans. Like, mind you, that was the entire reason why what was his name? Kronos did what he did with Zeus and his siblings. It's at least what he tried to do with Zeus, but he did to his siblings. He tried to eat them because he knew that the gods are more powerful than the Titans.
Fuck. Oh, a real. Okay.
I set a powerful precedent inside of him, Frank said.
I have heard of sealing rituals before, but this is the first time seeing someone use a human to be a seal. Oh, god damn, I use both 2 times. You done ceilings? Ceilings. Ceilings. It's just so awkward.
No, Frank hasn't. The demons we have killed, as sealing them only delays things.
Wait, you kill demons?
It's Kakashi asks.
We still, most of them, we're still into object like a statue. We simply unseal them one at a time. At the bottom of the beat deep with big guns surrounding. Oh, fuck. Oh, come on.
Oh
I
yeah,
understand.
it's like, oh yeah, our guns can also kill demons. Ow,
Yeah.
ow.
They're demons, for fuck's sake. Aren't they supposed to be like immortal? Like they're impervious, whatever the fuck that word means,
Oh
to
right.
bullets?
Oh right. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was wrong. Titans are more powerful than the gods, but there are way more gods than titans. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I was wrong. Gods are not more powerful than titans, but they are more gods. There's a lot more gods compared to you titans. At the bottom of a deep pit, with once unsealed, the big demons made big targets for our guns. It took a while to kill them, as some of them regenerated their bodies. But they reached a point where they couldn't regenerate anymore, or it just died, Crocker said.
Well, they just died. You can do that. It worked for us. Oh, Governor Crocker, is nice to see you. Fucking Drake said. Fucking hell. Come on, Josh. Come on. Drake needs you. Okay, who? This what happens. Drake left Josh in that fucking treehouse. He still needs to find that damn power saw.
Yes, the new governor of waves, Crocker said.
Kakashi.
Kakashi.
Kakashi, I would like you to join me and Crocker in my office. I wish to talk to you about a relationship between us and your village. Drake said, relationship between us? Kakashi said, asked. It's asked. You saw yourself that our weapons can kill S-rank ninjas easily, but after this and the word gets out that the ninjas won't be kind enough to stand in front of us like that or be caught by surprise as they were. Drake says, okay, is S-rank mean super ninjas?
No, it's just a ranking.
Okay, always I hear S means whatever. We went to avoid. Okay, what was all about that? Those two fuckers trying to catch the nine-tailed fox demon.
Oh, they're part of the Akatsuki. Their goal is to capture all the nine-tailed, all the tailed beast.
Okay. I'm just a person that's not really interested in anime that has more episodes. There's way too much episodes. Okay. Okay, make no mistake. Okay. Okay, you saw yourself, but after this, ninjas won't be enough. Okay. We want to avoid having battles over nothing. Bullshit! So we're going to try to get as many villages and lords to see what benefits of becoming a part of the Empire, Crocker said. Make no mistake about us, trying to avoid fighting it as a sign of weakness. Okay. Okay. We merely see having an intact village better than having one that has to be rebuilt. I see. Kids, keep yourselves out of trouble, Kakashi said, following the two.
Leaving Naruto alone with his two teammates who now know he has a demon sealed inside of him.
Fuck, he now knows it. When did he figure it out?
Oh no, that's because Data S3 just straight up said, "You kid with the orange jacket, you have the nine tails inside of you. That's why we're here to get you."
Yeah. Yeah. What? Wait. What was that?
Oh, Ariane, Nihilus, it is it is a quote unquote fanfic of Naruto, but includes the not Romans who get the ultra uber superpowers by killing them with guns.
And also, there's Kratos.
Yeah.
Not the real Kratos, but a, a discount version of him.
And also, Kratos, so far, Kratos is the closest to the act to an actual Roman name this so far in the story.
Yeah, that's also correct.
It's not even because it's Greek. That's not even Roman. It's Greek. The closest to a Roman name in this entire story, and it's coming from a Greek name.
Okay,
It's a Greek name.
like I probably understand why he didn't have much ideas for.
It is not that hard. Literally, you could. There are dozens of name generators out there. You could have just typed in Roman name generator, or just click refresh.
Like you would find many Roman names, like ancient Roman.
Yes, fancy name generators. Like, look, thank you. It's not that hard.
Okay.
Nothing.
Fancy names. Oh.
Now, I don't know where exactly.
Oh, it's Sextilius.
And Amulius, Superius, Queso, Hostus, Placus, Flavius, Gaius, Tiberius, Tertius, Queso, Claudius, is Sextilius, Brutilius, is Hostilius, Galerius, Arminius, Vividius, is Docenius, Valerius, it's Alexius, Manius, Procurius, Decius, Sextus, Gallus, Mamericus,
Okay, okay.
Marcus, Calus, Metius.
Bro, they say Sextus. Sextus.
That's a famous right about Tarkashkit. That's really early in Silius. Why they don't when they don't have land destroying powers. I know.
Wait, so the 910 Funk was a huge buildup?
I mean, we saw him. I mean, we saw the Ninetale Fox in the beginning before it was sent sealed into Naruto, but his power. But they didn't get the Fox Spirit reveal, for like they didn't know about it for quite a long time. Like the standard ninjas, because the thing is, it's an S rank secret. You're not supposed to know it's sealed inside of them. But the village it's weird. Clean up.
Okay, I understand.
Not you.
Okay.
You avoid Sasuke, he answers.
Sasuke. Okay, him? Don't know why the hell there's the call. No, it's not call. Why there's no question mark? Naruto, I need you to come with me. Frank. Oh, shut up, Frank. The name is so generic. You would. A great druid named Frank.
No wonder that the Romans have such an easy time finding ninjas. No, it's because he made them broken beyond belief.
Broke beyond belief. Why?
Ain't took around
I want to see.
No, you can't. Not in the rules of Naruto. The Nine-Tails Fox is so powerful that a human sacrifice is absolutely needed. You have to seal it inside of a human. You can't seal it in an object.
You. Yeah, it's so powerful. A fucking. What, like. If it's trapped in some. I don't know. Some kind of. I don't know, trapped in a. I don't know, some kind of object. Does it like that object explodes? Like it has to be held inside of a human? Well, okay. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Into another object. Or another person. Okay, just another reference from a Failus video. You can do that. Naruto asked. Jesus Christ. I need to look around my books to see if I have it. There hasn't been a the for sealing demons since all the ones we have are dead.
Well, the thing is, you want to know how exactly powerful the seal on Naruto is? It's a seal that requires a contract to be made with the Shinigami, the god of death, and it requires a human sacrifice in order to seal this thing inside of someone. Well, at least that's the explanation. Like it's the Reaper Death Seal. It is ungodly powerful, and it was one, and it has to be used in order to seal the power inside Naruto.
Jesus Christ.
Sure, Naruto said, walking with the Druid, followed by his two teammates who are still unsure what to feel about him. Author's notes. Oh no, that explains it.
All
Oh my
right.
god, that explains
Oh,
everything.
oh God, the boys. Oh
That
fuck.
explains everything. He's using an awful. He's using an awful comic series. Who's as his line of logic. That explains
Oh,
everything. He's using the
oh,
voice.
oh yes, the boys, aka the most a comic made by by some asshole who fucking hates superheroes for some ungodly reason. And he made a comic where Punisher defeats Spider-Man, whatever. It's like,
He, oh my god, it's just that explains so much. So much is explained for this. That explains everything. This guy's using the boys' logic. He's using an awful, terrible series to use as a line of logic.
did you read the comic?
No, I've seen a show that's awful, but then I looked at the comic goes and it's even worse.
Wait, you didn't like Boys even season 1?
I haven't even finished season 1. I just hated it. I
All right.
hated it so much.
All right, I do agree. I rather prefer the Tick over the Boys, mainly because Tick is more lighthearted, even if it still had violence. But but the Boys were just the concept was all right, but man, did they just went overboard. Like the guy that made the Boys comic, he wanted out preacher the preacher, the same comic he made.
Oh my god. This explains so much.
Oh yeah, the comic
That explains it. That explains it. This explains so much. Honestly, it makes sense now why this is so awful. It makes sense now why he's given why this thing exists. He's going by the logic that the boy puts in place, and the boys is an awful series to use as a point of reference.
No,
Like,
it's not. Okay, it's not the problem. Like the concept of it. It's the problem how it's executed. You hate the execution, not the. Do you
no, I
hate
hate the idea itself. It's like,
Really?
well, yeah, no, it is how it's executed. It is how they went with it. Because the thing with having superheroes be, it's like, you could do superheroes that are corrupted, but with how the boys does it, it just makes them like downright psychopaths that are most irredeemable crap ever. And then the heroes, then even the quote unquote heroes are doing better. So it's like, so both are at. It's like, no. So it's like, why don't you even bother? Like, why bother?
Oh, shows happens.
And don't you dare use a fanfic that brings in modern weapons as a point of reference. You said you were going by Civil War tech, like, and yet you went too far.
Okay.
Shut up.
Have you watched? Okay, Operation Naruto. Wait, is that a real thing?
It's a
Like
fanfic, yes.
It's
It's
a
what-
real. It's
it's
a
a-
realistic take.
No,
on
it's a
Naruto.
fanfic. No, it's a fanfic. What happens is that they bring in modern soldiers and modern weapons. That's what they say. There you go. There's your answer. So, no
Yeah.
wonder why.
For those who don't get it, this deacon.
Dropping a ninja means only another ninja can beat them up, or that guns are useless against them. Using a jutsu that makes their body glow with power just makes targeting them easier. They don't glow with power by using a jutsu. Dumbass. A ninja who can destroy mountains takes years to be replaced, while a Roman soldier is replaceable. if it takes 10 hundreds souls to kill one powerful ninja, the Romans are willing to do so, as the ninja will run out of gas long before the Romans run out of bodies. No, you run out of bodies faster, because if one powerful ninja takes down 100 of you, then you're going to run out of soldiers fast. I don't think you understand the true logistics of manpower. I don't think you understand the effect on wasting manpower is. Would you rather go with, like, if you lose too much, then it's not worth it at all. It's like, yes, you're expendable and they're not, but you're still expendable. You do not have the manpower of the Imperium, who has trillions upon quadrillions of souls to call upon to send to die.
To send to die.
Yeah. And the first three is more than capable of making up for those losses. There are. So, but if Space 3 is invaluable, they're expendable, but what makes the guardsmen relatable is that it's the situation you're in. They are not powerful. They're not superpowered. They don't have a whole lot of fancy powers. They are regular soldiers who are fighting in a universe full of unnatural things, but yet they stick on through sheer will. So,
okay.
I'm just tired of reading one fic after another where being a ninja means being unbeatable to anything that isn't a ninja. Well, yeah, do you know what the Naruto ninjas are like, you dumb piece of crap? Now, granted, power creep is a thing.
Power creep?
Yes, especially like the second part. But you see but this isn't a power creep. This is part 1. Oh, it is Kratos, who is just like his God of War counterpart, but was born at the wrong time. He's a relic of the bygone era whose strength is shown through power. But being born in a world where his talents aren't needed anymore, and where someone who he can easily kill in the God of War world can easily do the same to him with the gun. Kratos has the skills of warrior he was in God of War, just without the powers blessed by the gods.
Okay.
How? Because just the Romans share the same world as Naruto does. They will have mythical beasts like dragons around. The Romans' version of the dial beasts who took the form of Greek monsters are all dead, as I don't care how powerful they are, because where they were unsealed, they found at the bottom of the pit and being hit by the Romans' big guns. Because even if they can regenerate their bodies, they would reach a limit where they can't heal anymore. And being immortal doesn't mean you can't die. No, it means you can't die. That's the entire point of being immortal. Immortal can be very different things. You can be ageless. You just can't die, period. There are immortals that just cannot be killed no matter how hard you try.
Like, one thing I always never understand about the immortals is what happens if you blow their heads off or you destroy their entire body with a grenade that you shove it up their asses? Like,
you may never know. You may never. I mean, it depends on how powerful it is. It's just like my idea. Like I had an idea. One of my fakes I wanted to write was that there was a potion that could grant you intense regeneration, gives you closest possible to immortality, and the highest it would go, even cutting your head off wouldn't be enough, because your head will regenerate very quickly. Because the thing is that what the only thing I put in place was the more injuries that you have, the longer it takes to regenerate. So if they try their hardest, they can kill you. But it has to be stupidly fast. Like, faster than means is necessary.
Okay. Roman
version are like the gods of God of War. So you're using the bastardized version of Greek mythology as your supporters for the Greek gods. I think you fail to understand. The Greek gods were truly powerful. They would strike you down instant. A single tail. Like with every sway of the nine-tailed fox's tail, there was a tsunami. Mountains broke. It was literally the size. It was massive.
Yeah.
No. Just no. Just no. Just no.
No.
You take punishment that could kill lesser beings 100 times over, but they will reach the point where they will die. Shut up. You suck. Just shove it up your ass. Down the road. Naruto walked alongside with his team as they walked alongside with the Romans that were coming with them. It's a wagon train of carts going down the road. There are 80 Romans with them, ranging from soldiers to engineers. A young blonde-haired engineer named Winley Rockbell caught their interest as she came along to take care of the soldier's prosthetics limb that can move around like it's flesh and blood. Ooh, look, we have prosthetics!
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh, you prosthetic. Bro.
The limbs are called Hephaestus, named after an old god of theirs.
Feistus.
You know, the Romans, their Greek gods are gods. Their power is so big that they are called gods by mortal standards. You can't just try to kill a god. Like, have you tried? Like, hang on. Roman equivalent of Phaistus. Vulcan. It's called Vulcan.
Vulcan, like in Star Trek.
No. Well, yeah, it's spelled like Vulcan. But yes, the Roman equivalent of the Phaistus is called Vulcan. And Vulcan could, now, Phaistus, in myth, he created automatons to help him around his forge. That should say something on the level of how great a forge, how great of a blacksmith Hephaestus is. God level powers of this.
God.
The Hephaestus limbs are also much stronger and tougher than flesh and bones, allowing a soldier to punch through a human body with ease. Then why not have everyone pick up a Hephaestus then?
Levices. Fucking god.
It's like if it has the advantage of being able to punch through steel, why doesn't the common soldier have it?
Good question.
It's like there's a reason why you add on limitations to stuff that allows you to do ridiculous things. It's like, what's the drawback? Can they it's like, oh, there's a drawback that they are intense pain and they can take a while to adjust. Is it because they're very hard and very expensive, so very few get the privilege of actually having it? Like, what's the excuse? Oh, that's it all. They also have inbuilt weapons, from blades to guns in their arms.
Holy, you gotta be shitting me.
So
Oh boy.
he forges the lightning bolts of Zeus. He couldn't throw light if he didn't have them on his side. Yeah, Zeus had the lightning bolts. Hephaestus forged lightning bolts for him. But he also forged Helios' chariot. He forged the arrows. He forged the bow and arrow to be used by Apollo and Artemis. He forged many things. He was a great blacksmith. He could create anything. Put his mind to it. Naruto thought back to the lab of the druid Frank. In this lab, I never imagined there was a druid that called himself Frank. If Frank is not a weapon, Frank is not even a Celtic name.
What is a Celtic name?
It depends upon the Celtic. It's like it's a wide nation, but even then, it's not something that it's not something they would call, because Frank literally means of the Franks. Like, if you're like, Frank is of the Franks.
Oh, there's like they could use like other. Wait,
That's not
they
good.
could use like.
That's going to. I want to finish this already.
Yeah, me too.
At his lab, he looked through all the books on sealing magic, as he calls it. He explains while he uses the same energies they do, his is way more powerful, but it's much harder to use than theirs. He couldn't just do hand signs they do, but has to use chanting again. I am just to do a simple spell. So he's a D&D druid.
D&D.
Yeah, he's a D&D druid. He needs he has spell slots he can't use. He can't use those powerful spells ever because he has to rest afterwards. I'm just waiting for a warlock to come out and then just cast Eldritch Blast over and over again.
As a person that never plays Dungeons and Dragons, I'm a
Frank, Empire of the Franks.
Empire of the Franks. This just sounds ridiculous. Like we're invaded by the Emperor of the Franks, and then the rest of them just laugh their asses off.
Hello, I am King Frank. Behind you is my fellow Franks. Hello, my name is Frank. This is also Frank. All of us are Franks.
Yeah,
Yeah, and all the women are called Francines.
Frank scenes. I love this.
Imagine. I like to imagine that there's an individual Franks. Oh boy. He just okay, which he explains is why there aren't that many people like him left. Because you're outdated, old man. Get with the times.
Get with the times, man. Use a gun.
After going through all of his books, he had discovered he waited to reseal the demon fox into another object. But the ritual is for
Okay.
resealing the demon into another object, not a living body. But no, that's not. No. Tiobi is too powerful to be sealed in anything but another body.
He said,
Name of it has to be a child. It has to be a baby.
yeah. Yeah, look.
So Frank has no idea how the two seals will work together. He also said that the ingredients he needs for the new sealing can only be found back where he came from. He also said if he could get his hands on a paper with how the sealing is done, it would help him. Here's how you do it. You summon the god of death, sign a contract, and then seal it away. Then you die. Problem solved.
Then you die.
Yeah, then you die. It's like the price of using the Shinigami death seal is literally you die. His name is Frank, and his name is Frank, and right. Oh yes, Frank. And then
yeah.
one person that isn't named Frank, and his name is Bruce. That's too complicated of a name. We'll just call you Frank.
Yeah.
You all remember
Yeah.
that Monty Python sketch?
Yeah, I also remember that weird skit you always have with those Dune live streams about the House of Wolf.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's from
You mean the Space Wolves? Yeah.
yes, the Space Wolves. Of course.
Space
those- Yeah.
Yeah, that's from Warhammer 40k. The Space Wolves are Warhammer 40k, but the entire thing is Warhammer is if the Emperor had a Texas Beach device. That's hilarious. Okay. They told him if he wanted to, once he got his hands on the skilling scroll, he could come back and sail law for Rome. It made Naruto wonder if going to Rome would be better than just staying in the village doesn't mean anything to him. The reason he stayed was... What? No! You would jump ship like that?
Naruto.
Yes, that is right, Napoleon. Yeah. Oh my god, no. He wouldn't just leave. He had a reason for doing what he's doing. He wants to be the Hokage. He wants to be respected. Why would you assume he's just gonna up and leave? Oh, well, nothing's left for me. Okay, I'll just leave now.
Yes, Naruto. Fuck. Naruto. He wants to be Okage. Whatever that is. Bukake. No, Okage.
God, screw you. The reason he stayed was because there was no better place for him to go. He was placed into the ninja school when he was old enough and it was told being... No, that's not how it works. You sign... Like, the ninja school, you don't... You can fall... It's voluntary. It's not mandatory.
He's not...
Like, it's completely voluntary. Like, unless you're a part of the clan, which you're expected... Unless you're part of a ninja clan, and you're expected to attend the school anyways. Is if you're someone that isn't part of a prestigious ninja family, you can sign up for it. Like, it's voluntary. He also... Oh my god.
Oh,
He told being a ninja was the greatest thing in the world. And he believed it. Because he does. He's a proud ninja. But he's been offered a new start away from the elemental countries, where he could live his own life. Something on your mind, Naruto? Kakashi asked.
Did you hear about what happened with the druid?
Kakashi said, hearing about it from Sasuke and Sakura.
Sasuke Sakura. I'm thinking of taking up his offer.
Naruto said.
Naruto, it could be a way to learn about our village or using the fox. Roman fox. Now the title makes sense.
Yeah.
what reason would they need or want to? It's clear that their weapons can kill ninjas easily, and what Frank said, their version of the tail beasts are all dead.
All of them are dead. We killed them all.
No, no, they probably didn't. They're just lying,
It,
lying for their.
it's like, oh my god, I hate this so much. I want this to burn. Oh my. Oh my. Ah,
Oh, nice to see you again, Grant.
that may be, but they might still want it, Kakashi said.
Maybe as a display, Naruto said that would need the fox over anything else.
Naruto, what about your dream? Kakashi asked. Because, his Naruto's dream is a very important part about his character.
Yeah, because
You mean to tell me he's just going to up and abandon his dream?
oh, you gotta be fucking kidding! Even by fan fiction standard, this is stupid.
It's proven itself to be the worst of the worst.
This puts the this could be even lower than Sunlay's Alliance.
It already has been. Like, on a scale, it's already worse.
You said it was better.
No, I said his spelling was better, and I took it back.
Yeah, you took it back.
I never said anything about this being any better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I never got past the first chapter, and this is the reason why. And now I discover why it was, because it keeps getting worse.
Oh god. Oh god. How we will survive the next chapters?
Maybe it's time for me to have a fresh start someplace else, where people don't think of me as the fox, Naruto said.
Oh come on. Who doesn't like? Oh it's Naruto. Foxes are hated. Yeah. Fuck it.
Naruto people do care about you. Do you care for you? Kakashi said. That explains why he deployed them in the middle of the wave arc, so as to make Naruto not. Those, The only saying I can want me to stay in the village that only sees a demon. Sakura and Sasuke are scared of me now because they learned of the fox, Naruto said.
Wait, did they also were scared if they learned of they learned of the fox in the anime?
I don't know. It took them a long while.
It took them a long while. It just, yeah.
Anyone with so much as a higher brain, Slip Nakidora wrote a better fanfiction than this trash. And and Slouchway's Alliance was so out of character for so many characters, so bizarre, so stupid. The OC was a Mary Sue beyond belief. There's so many things wrong with it. It's somehow better than this.
Like
I could go on a tangent on how bad Slouchway's Alliance is. Yeah, I would rather read that than this.
The next chapter the next story from Sleep Night, you gotta love it. But either way, let's focus on this one.
Yeah, let's keep going. This is gonna hurt so much.
What about your dream?
Okay, Kakashi was lost in thought. With Naruto as he is now, he might just want to leave. He might just leave to join the Romans, and with that, the village will lose the power of the fox. The Kage would need to know this once they get back to the village. Oh.
Offers notes, or I should I say nose.
Even if the tail beasts are made out of energy, they can still be killed. Nope, they can't be killed. No, they can't be killed. Energy, they could be dispersed, but even then.
Oh.
Good Harper, foxes are amazing. That's nice. Very nice. But yeah, no, you can't kill them. You cannot kill them. You can destroy them, but then they'll reform years later. Like,
wait,
that's the thing. There is no permanently killing them.
Like how gods in Percy Jackson Olympians can be killed off.
Spare me the BS. You never. Okay, spare me that. Spare me it. Spare me. Using other methods of fiction other than the original source material. Now, I am nothing against Percy Jackson. I have not read any of the books, so I don't know how. So I don't know how it goes. I don't know any. I've only watched the first movie and that's it. But at the end of the day, never take an interpretation as the main source material. You may use it because you like it, but never acknowledge that you may say, "Oh, I like this interpretation of this." Like, understandable, but it's not the original. So don't you ever get the uppity attitude with me. Let's kill because it's too widespread for them to ever reform. Nope, they reform. They're made out of chakra. They will reform in due time.
Chakra sounds like fucking candy to me.
The tail beasts have never been killed with anything that isn't chakra based in some way. They're like that video game that will they keep on coming back to life unless you kill it in a special way. In this case, the tail beast will just keep on coming back to life as long as chakra is used to kill them. No, they are made out of chakra. As long as there's chakra around, they will still live.
They will still live.
Yeah. The chakra's the only thing that can kill them. The tail beast won't kill them. But mug weaponry on their hand can kill them for good. Nope, they will still come back. There is no killing it, or there is no killing it. Yeah, it's mediocre. It's alright as a film. The elemental nations that have been killing the tail beasts with chakra that allows them to come back to life. Like killing a video game enemy that will always come back to life if you kill it with magic. That's very specific because every enemy dies regardless how you kill them. It's only very special plot enemies. It's only plot enemies that requires a special way to kill them. No, it's not video game enemies. In which video game have you played? You always simply kill the enemy with a sword. Guess what? Some enemies are unbreakable. Guess what? There are some enemies that are immune to being killed by a sword. Sometimes you have to use magic. Sometimes magic is useless. You have to use a sword. Sometimes they're just immune. Period. So you have to do some complicated procedure. So killing them with muggle weaponry is not going to do anything. So shut up. What the Romans say with their demons? They simply kill them with muggle weaponry that isn't chakra based in any way to destroy them for good. Nope, that's not how it works. With the energy that made up their bodies, figuring out, and without chakra that was used against them to kill them, to get them enough of a charge with their own bodies. Do you know tail beast physiology? As long as there's chakra, they will live. You may destroy their bodies, but their bodies are made out of energy. They are literally clouds of energy. They're not even bodies. They're energy gathered up to become. They're just giant amounts of energy. So, mind you, what do you actually know about Naruto? They just say that for good because they don't have the charge yet to reform on their own. These are very arrogant because up till the Romans came up with using cannons to kill them, they never have to worry about dying for real. No, that's not how you kill them. That's not how you kill them at all. Because just being made out of energy doesn't mean they're forever. You can't destroy energy! You cannot destroy energy. It disperses, but there is no destroying it.
Oh, God.
It's like you could destroy a power plant, but it doesn't mean the power within the power plant immediately gets destroyed. It just means it can't be generated. The energy disperses. You don't destroy energy. Energy is matter. It's like matter. Matter can never be destroyed. You cannot destroy energy. That is the law. That is the law of physics. It is impossible to destroy a being of energy. An object that stays in motion remains in motion. And energy can transfer from point to point. You can't destroy energy. Energy is not something you can just destroy.
No.
Energy disperses, never destroyed. But similarly, you can't destroy matter. You simply make more of it.
Oh God, these offer notes make us read this shit more longer.
Okay. Here, the law of conservation of energy states that energy can neither be created nor destroyed, only converted or from one form of energy to another. This means that a system always has the same amount of energy unless it's added from the outside. The only way to use energy is to transform energy from one form to another. That is a law of conservation in energy. There is no destroying it. There is no creating energy. There is simply, it just can't be destroyed at all. Energy can be destroyed by using it all up or spreading it to the point it just fades away. It's basic science, which many people who write fiction don't remember. You people who write to me saying that because the tail beasts are energy means they can't be destroyed. Yeah, because they're made out of energy. You can't destroy energy. And also, like you can just tell he's attacking. You can just tell he's going after people. Who's like, "How dare you criticize me?" You're like, "It's basic science, man." No, it's not. It's your twisted way of science. Basic science says that energy can never be destroyed. Neither can be made. It is simply transformed. There is no right. Killing a tailed beast, you can't do that. There is no killing a tailed beast.
Really?
No, there is no.
Damn. Really? Damn it.
Like you may cause them to disperse, but like energy, they will come back because they will reform in a number of years. They are beings that can never be killed. They are essentially immortal. Their vessels die, but they do not. I think it's only unique circumstances, if I remember correctly, that the Kyuubi's in a situation where it can be killed because it's connected to Naruto. If Naruto dies, so does the Kyuubi. But even then, who knows? Maybe the Kyuubi will come back in a few years. You never know. It is like how lightning hitting the sea doesn't fry everything in it because the lightning's energy just goes too widespread to affect everything. But the things in a danger zone where the energy first hits, or when you're far away from ways of being like a cut through tank armor, then it's as powerful as a flashlight. Yeah, but that's because it's dispersing itself, it's spreading itself out. But the further away from the source of power it goes, the less effective it is. That does not mean it is destroyed. It is simply just not effective. Energy is forever. It will reach the point where there's nothing left. Nope, you can transform it. Energy is never created nor destroyed. It is simply transformed. Or from one method. The 10 tailed beasts were separated into the 9 beasts because it couldn't be destroyed. Exactly. And even then, the 9 beasts, they can't be destroyed themselves. They could just simply, they will simply come back, they'll reform, and then they'll come back. They are ageless. They've been around for a long time. It will reach the point where they'll just run out of energy and plot armor or trauma saving plots don't work. And being energy beings don't keep them from being killed in our fictions, like how even energy beings, like the endless of the energy beings in Marvel, can be killed off. Don't use Marvel as a comparison. That's a different thing. Like that's an entirely different thing. Marvel is weird. Like it's comic booky. Like stuff like that happens because it's comic book logic. But you're saying you're applying by a real world logic. You're applying by your actual logic. You're an idiot. You're beyond an idiot. You are so idiotic that it's unbelievable. Made the energy beings, they're way more powerful than 8 tail beasts. The biggest buzz is about how arrogant ninja and demons are and thinking because they're superpowered that they can't be paid by anything other than the demon ninja. Until someone comes in and starts shooting at them because I took up psychotics addiction challenge of showing that normal humans are tough enough to fight against ninjas and demons. We're not protect fix the plot or drama safety things. If you don't like fics where muggles are shown to be able to fight against rule of cool or plot or text all, then don't read this fic then. Shut up! Shut it! Shut your mouth! Genuinely, you're. No, this is the reason why I hate him. This is the reason why. He's a prick. He's a prick. He's an idiot. He's an idiot that doesn't like being proven wrong. It's like, no one's saying that a normal person could do this, but the reason why is like, really think about the situation you're in Naruto. Do you realize how powerful ninjas are, and how if you aren't careful enough, you could actually be killed by one that's even... They're like the Catan in Warhammer 40k. Those Star E energy beasts couldn't be destroyed. Nope. They can't. You can't destroy them. Oh my god! Like all I did in my other fic watching where when Rorschach and the Outlaws get kicking the crap out of the martial arts because unlike them, they don't have anything against using guns. They just kill the marriage because they will be left with an army of Romans with a clear line of who's next to leadership. Then kill every leader and see what happens. Like, do you understand what happens when you kill off the higher ranking officer? Or they are in a momentum where they then have to transfer command to the next officer, and then you kill that one, they keep going. It's a nightmare, because number one, you're like, even if you know who's next in the line, it's going to hit hard on your morale. You know, Army is not an emotionless being that does everything. They run completely above everything. Do you realize how long it'll take to break? You realize that like armies are made up of human beings who can break if enough pressure is applied? How if you cut off the head of the snake, it will rattle for a bit. You're like, yes, they will find a new leader, but that leader will be forced into a position that they weren't utterly prepared for. That it happened suddenly, because it happened the way it did, it's going to take time for them to adjust to their strategy. Shut it. As for killing his main, take fine. Burning villages with China ninjas, arresting anyone who helps the village. So you are turning them. The Romans did that in real life, which made it hard for the Romans to find support for knowing what the Romans would do to them, but they helped. True, but no.
Oh, there was just one point.
Just the one point.
Me.
And I don't think this man understands exactly how the transfers of leadership works in a case situation if the commanding officer was suddenly killed or wounded. Like, commandship happens. Who's it that everyone is going to like who's next in line? Because some of them are not going to be big fans of the next commanding officer. Maybe that commanding officer is completely against the goals. Maybe he's going to be a nuisance. Like, just know, it is not as easy as you think it is. Just simply, oh, our commander said, well, then just get the next one in line there, problem solved. Nope. Eventually cut off, like, okay, sir, like, so you think it's not like the Hydra situation where their heads grow back and they're twice as deadly. No. They will still have problems with morale, and once they deduce who the next leader is, kill the next one, and then see what happens next. They will constantly be breakers, then they're trying to protect their leaders as much as possible, then that leader dies. Do you know when the situation is bad if the Lord Commissar is shooting at the enemy? And you know the situation is bad if the Lord Commissar is suddenly killed in action. You know it's a bad situation when your leader is freaking out. Shasti, commander of the Roman stations in the Leaf Village, stood in front of the council that leads the village. He's more interested in the old man, the Kage, who's the strongest of ninjas, as leader of all villages are. It reminds her of her history relations of barbarian chiefs, where some of them become their village leader by their will of might. Her men are waiting outside the gate of the village, which made no sense to her why it's called a hidden village when everyone knows where it is. It may be because it's more or less due to the terrain rather than the location, than rather whether or not it's actually hidden. Like, it's hidden in the forest of village hidden in the leaves. They know where it is, but where it's hidden is in the forest. Or it's village hidden in the clouds. It is located very high up on the mountains, but everyone knows where it is. But the problem is they're up in the mountains. The village hidden in the sand. Everyone knows where the village hidden in the sand is. Problem is they're surrounded by sand.
Yeah, but sand, Anakin's worst fear.
Village hidden in the mist. Where is it located? Everyone knows where to find a village hidden in the mist. Problem is mist.
Mist. You missed the mist.
It's like, so they have an advantage because they have the whole terrain as part of their thing. In sand, they could set up traps. It's in the clouds, set up traps along the mountains to make you fall as hard as you came up. Just try it. As commander of this party of Romans, I wish to open a relationship with your Fire Lord in your village, Shasti said.
Wait, okay. We will open relations with the Roman Empire and will contact the Fire Lord to visit the CEO. The Hokage. Seriously, that's his name? Hokage?
Yeah, that's not his real name. His name is Sarutobi Hiruzen.
Yeah, no wonder Madhat didn't want to write that name. Yes, we don't want to impose ourselves on him. Shasti said as he wants to make a good impression on the Fire Lord. Every time I hear Fire Lord, I just imagine the bat. Yep. Yeah, that one. You and your soldiers could make camp on the plain near the forest of death. It's literally the forest called Forest of Death. Are you really? This is okay. Is the first stuff really that deadly, or is it just me?
It's filled with all kinds of animals like giant spiders, cheetahs, all sorts of things. It's the name is no joke.
Oh, the Roman soldiers will be fine. They have guns. Come on, you gotta laugh at this shit. My soldier
They
won't
literally
come.
have like that's how they always win. Your Fire Lord? Since when is this avatar playing the last airbender? It's because he can't be bothered to put the fire daimyo.
If they put the damn Daniel, then it would find. Then
Like
I would
literally,
like.
like, you don't know how it's spelled. Here, that's how it's spelled.
Let me see. Daimyo.
Literally, Lord.
Yeah, it means. mm,
Daimyo. Daimyo.
Okay. Jesus Christ! Sorry, 2 hours. Okay, we have to speed this up.
My soldiers won't cause trouble, Shasti said. There's also another matter. You know about the demon fox outside Naruto, the Akagi said. Yes, and we're surprised as you people didn't just kill and have it be over with, Shasti said. The demon can't be killed. It will always rise again.
All right, again.
Yeah, because it's made out of energy. You can't,
Energy.
which cannot be killed.
No wonder.
So your demons can come back to life no matter what. Or what are we just not just trying hard enough to kill them? Oh, that's their problem. It's not their fault you can't kill them. It's yours because you aren't trying hard enough. It's like, well, excuse me, princess.
Oh, excuse me, Princess. Oh,
All the
yeah,
demons we dealt with regenerate their bodies when they're killed, but we just kept adding until they stopped coming. Demons can do more than just regenerate. Like they can do all kinds of stuff. I think he really simplified demons to just they have super regenerating powers and that's it. Wait, their bodies regenerate? When a tail beast die, their bodies disappear before appearing elsewhere. Oh, so you guys just don't just have a body that you could just keep on killing until it's dead for good, Shasti said. Yes, they don't leave a body when they die. Their being is of energy can't be destroyed. There were 2 demons like that, and they're both gone, Shasti said. How? The guy said. Simple. We simply seed them in the statues and broke the statues into 1,000 pieces. He's the only way for them to be free is for the statues to be put back together. What? If ever place is missing, then it can't ever be freed from the pieces of statue, and that's never going to happen as the pieces of statues were dropped into the middle of the ocean. That's you got rid of the demons that way, which begs the question why seal the demons in the first place. We don't have any seals that can seal demons in an only object. More like they can't do it because it's too powerful to put in an object. The Nine Tails is too powerful to be sealed in anything less than a human baby. We could reseal the demon into the statue for you. Well, you can't also take the Kyuubi out of Naruto because the thing with Jinchuriki, when you remove the tail beast from them, they also die. Yeah, the tail beast lives, but the person that contained them also dies. Like that's the thing. Remove the because what you're doing is that you're literally ripping their life force out of them. It's so ingrained into their chakra that if you do that, you might as well be killing them. And I don't know how painful it is, but all I know is not going to be. It's sure as crap ain't painless. His life's what we were talking about. The village comes first. What comes? Oh, really? Shasti said, eyeing the people in front of her. I do hope your people aren't abusing him, thinking he's a demon. We Romans know the difference between someone holding a demon inside of them to one being controlled by said demon. Naruto is well taken care of. He said, I'll ask him myself, Shasti said. He's quite friendly once. I've got to talk to him. He had a lot of questions of what's like in Rome and what's like being in the army. But you're planning on using him against us, one of the council members shouted. Use him, whatever for. We're not enemies, unless you people think we are. I did learn that you people once recover a body of a ninja from another village would cut open. That you people once recovered a body from a ninja from another would cut open to learn all you can from the diet to the chakra the ninja uses. We Romans have no need for things, so we people only have numbers on your side. One of the council members said. Yes, we do, because in the end, it doesn't matter who has the most skilled warriors. Bull. Experience? Oh my god. No. Just no. It is not who has more numbers, it is who is better trained and who's better skilled than you. Send as many as you would like. It is not whoever has. Quality over quantity is a thing for a reason. Look here. I'm going to ask a question to anyone that has any remote knowledge. What would you say is better? Having more numbers or having the most skilled troops? Like, would you rather choose having a bunch of having 100 soldiers, each person being worth one individual soldier? Would you have 10 soldiers, who each one is worth 5 apiece?
Hard choice. Yeah.
Except when you're talking about World War II. Yeah. Even then, it's due to circumstances. It was the winter that killed them. They didn't prepare at all for the winter. That was what killed the Germans. Once winter came around, it was like, all right, this is going into your butt. All right, comrades, time to stick these up their butts. Like that's what happens.
Yeah.
The Warlord was better, but it was a wide variety of things. The Warlord it was also a shortage of resources, as well as lack of proper training and the fact that they couldn't assimilate. It was a wide variety of things that actually stopped the Germans. It wasn't just numbers. They had numbers, yes, but the thing is that the Allies also had resources. And it's not just manpower. Yes, overwhelming forces can win at the end of the day, but it's all about how much resources you have on hand. The thing is, I may be wrong, but the Germans lost because they had the supplies. Their entire thing was they just didn't have the supplies. They didn't have the numbers, they had the supplies, they were running low. Oh, they were losing on the west, they were losing on the eastern front.
Yeah.
They were pushed back westwards towards their home, and they were not winning at all. Because eventually their supply lines get tired, the Allies had fully remounted up and were more than ready for counterattack. They had the resources on hand to do so.
Okay, let's continue.
Now, if I'm wrong, I'm more than willing to admit I'm wrong.
Okay.
Yes, you people killed 2 of the most powerful engineering ninjas in the country. They're not the most powerful, but they are deadly because you have gun. You have gun, you win. Oh, and something like that we have best thing to kill even an aspect ninja. This only can take about 6 months to a year can be trained. Even then, that is small. Training takes a lot longer than you think it does. To have a properly trained force, it will take years of training. And for early trained, that will also take some more months. And it's like it depends on how swiftly you're assembling your soldier group. And it depends upon what you're teaching them in. Training spec ops is not something that's easy to do. Because special forces, they're supposed to be special forces, right? They need to have the most elite training possible to survive it. Quality over quantity is also a real fact of life. Charge me with 100 axes, I will have better defenses than you. Crash yourself against mine, and I will have my 10 good archers eviscerate you. Or we're under orders not to start anything, but please remember we always finish what started one way or another, Shasi said. That was a short chapter.
Really? It's just over?
That's over. As in gargoyles, once the statue that the demon is sealed in, they can only be released when all the pieces are joined together. So they're dead, as they can't reform on their own. And even if one of the pieces is found, it is useless as a Dragon Ball like the other Dragon Balls. If any of you try to put a statue back together where it's been smashed to thousands of pieces, it has to have all the pieces. Also, that's a weird line of logic. You may tell me that's like, what we do is that we just break apart the statue. That's not how sealing works. If you break something if you seal something into it and then it breaks, that thing is free. That's not how sealing works.
All right. What gargoyles are they talking about? Like the original mythology of the gargoyles, or from the cartoon series? No, probably the former.
Yeah, I think he doesn't know what gargoyles. I don't think he understands what sealing a demon to a statue is. I'm not saying this, but in most cases, you don't want to break it because it contains it. Opening it or just breaking it will set it free.
Yeah.
There, for those of you who say that entities can't be killed. Well, the tailbeasts are going to be killed like the gargoyles who were smashed to pieces while they were stoned, and all the pieces of the statue have to be put together. Yeah, but those are gargoyles. You turned them into statues and then you broke them apart. That's not the same as sealing something into a statue and then breaking it apart. That's two comparisons that you're making that isn't true. Gargoyles, yes, must be smashed to 1,000 pieces while they're stoned in order to die. But it's not the same as sealing something into a statue and then breaking it. If you drop even then, would the pieces flow because they're technically less dense than the water?
Less instant. Holy fuck. What is this garbage?
I think it would have made more sense if you just straight up drop the statue into it. Because it would have sunk to the bottom by that point and nobody would want to find it. So you just have to be put together. If someone gets shipped through all the rocks and sand at the bottom of the ocean, and like it happens for real life, rocks get worn away at the bottom of the sea, so it will also have to gather all the dust off the rocks as well when they're seas. So the tail beast can be killed off. As we smashed to pieces to death with the gargoyles, I didn't kill them like I wanted to, but gave them worse fate than death instead. Shut it. This guy sucks so much.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's just so boring to read to. Seriously, I'm just begging. Please be over. I want to cover another Slipknot Ghidorah story. Please.
Okay. Next Saturday, we're going to be covering 3 chapters instead of 4 because
Why?
I want there to be an even. I want to end it on an even note. Technically, like when we get to 34, we end on chapter 34, not have to do another episode covering that chapter.
Okay, I hope hope you did your calculations correct.
Oh, I did. Trust me. Because then after that one, we read episode 10 through 14, and then 14 through 8, then 15 through 18, and then 19 through 22, 26, and then 24. Then maybe wrong. Then 23 to 26, then 27 to 30, and then 31 to 34.
Okay.
So,
goodbye, Grant. Yes, okay.
So,
goodbye, Neelis.
Everyone, until next time.
Ta-ta.
I am the storm that is escaping, evading parental obligations. I am the changer of my name. Life in flames, I am intent. Watch out, support and entertainment of death.